when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm running. It's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to look doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. In public, hate it or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I'm gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Swing number 10, right. To the right. There we go.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. There we go. Wide 80.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
The give is to Elliott. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
There we go. Wide 80.
Here's Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Campanaro. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man, and he'll get this up to about the 40. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. Wide 47. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Here we go. Wide 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Well, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be wrapped up driven down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A give to Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And out of bounds right around the 20. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And now here come the Cowboys. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A second down throw for Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Here's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Elliott. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Prescott down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Now Campanaro. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ertz has it left side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Come on now, Ollie. Come on now. Let's go. Black, come on.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Campanaro. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
46 down, man. 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wentz. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. Now Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, Prescott got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run with Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Now Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 47. 26.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Here we go. 480. Swing of the field, right. To the right. Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And this one is right through. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the counter, here's Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Wentz. Aguilar has it. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wentz now to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now Wentz again. Steps away to his left. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Wentz now on 1st down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good pickup there at 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Wentz now on 1st down. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it?
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Sunday. Ram. Look up.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And they'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Hang in there now. Lion. Tyson. Great 57. Looks up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. The 20. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. He got 29 yards that time. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Campanaro. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 24. Five-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
To throw, it's Wentz. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Ronald Jones, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Here we go. Wide 8. 26. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Here we go. 46. 26.
This is Elliott. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find as the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey, here we go. Wide 8. 26. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Eagles have recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Room to run inside the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Lefty. Lion. Lefty.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Tyrone Crawford in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. Sharks got it left side. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or in this case, a field goal.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the counter, Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 48. Got it. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 26.
Second down, Prescott. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A lone second remains now in this third quarter. On play action, Wentz. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now running. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A first down throw for Prescott. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 17. 82, 82. 82, 82. Now Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. And a tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Wide 8.
Prescott from the gun. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott yet again. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back.
Yeah.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go. Wide 8. 47. 26. 26.
They get it to him running left. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Here we go. Wide 8. 26.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance. To return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On first down, Wentz. And Callaway taking it in left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Lion, lion, lion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Shorty, shorty, shorty.
To throw is Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Wentz. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46. Here we go.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.